Hey people. So this week's video is about being, just being. I attended a quiet retreat this weekend, and I had never been on a silent retreat or a quiet retreat or any of those things. And this retreat was really cool because there were about 60 women. This was with Dr. Celeste Owens Ministry, and she does a 40-day surrender fast and a 40-day global fast. And what was so inspiring about this retreat was that we received permission to go with what Holy Spirit was showing us. So if that meant we needed to be by ourselves, if that meant we needed to say hello, but keep moving and spend some time alone, we were given permission to do that. And what I really appreciated about having that permission, it didn't make me feel like I was being standoffish or like I was missing out on anything, because the main idea was to focus on ourselves and our interaction with God. It wasn't about being part of this big gigantic community. Now there were some women who received more out of the experience because they were able to connect with others. But in the case of me, I know that I needed to simply just kind of settle down and not be so fully engaged with other people. And the reason for that was because I am a person who spends a lot of time engaging. I'm live. I'm a person who spends a lot of time engaging with other people. That's my thing. That's how I show up for work. That's what I do. I'm constantly engaging with other people. And I apologize for the background noise. I said I was recording, and clearly they didn't realize I was live. But I spend a lot of time in the work that I do, engaging with other people, being open, being on. And so for me to be given permission to not be open and on all the time was really helpful for me. And so after the retreat, I came home and I was doing some notes, and this is what I received out of it. I was able to recognize that even though I don't engage in busy work, it's something that I've learned to stay away from. And I consider the work that I do, or the time that I spend during the day, being productive. Like, I don't like to say to people, oh, I'm busy, I can't do this, that, or the other because I'm busy. I engage in productive work. But at the same time, I realize that I spend so much time trying to do things to be productive that on the flip side, I don't spend enough time just being Tamara, just being still, just having time with myself. I spend a lot of time learning, engaging, doing, working, doing all this productive stuff, but I don't spend enough time just simply being in the moment. And so that's the place I'm at since coming back this weekend, being in the moment. What does it look like to be in a moment for me? A couple of places I can see that is just saying no to some things, even the things that are wonderful and great, even the things that are spiritual and the Bible studies and the this and the that, like being still or being in the moment and looking at what I need to do means going in deeper. So I'm trying to take some of the practices that we did there. I'm about breath work and meditation. I don't necessarily practice them as often, but trying to calm and settle down my night with some Christian meditation, maybe some journaling, focusing on the word. None of these are things that I didn't know. I just didn't realize how much I needed to practice just being. And and so that's what I've started. When I came back yesterday, I actually didn't do anything, didn't do any work, didn't engage in anything. Um, and then the last couple of nights, just really meditating before going to bed and calming my mind and stilling my mind. So, it's a lot of times we know what we should be doing, When I talk to clients and wellness, teaching classes, whatever, people know what what's healthy and what's not healthy. People know what they should be doing or the better choices that they could be making. Maybe they don't have all the answers to everything, but overall, people have an awareness. And it's not that that awareness doesn't exist. They have that awareness. They might not have the depth of the knowledge, but they have an awareness. It's just a matter of we all need to get to that moment where it's just like, okay, you have that awareness and now you need to act on it. So, my goal this week and moving forward is to be and to look at what being means for Tamara. How does it mean I show up? How do I spend more of my time, less of my time being concerned about being productive for my business and my day and my life, and more of my time simply being and enjoying the moment and listening to what Holy Spirit has to say to me, listening to what that connection looks like to God. I'm hoping to take you on this journey with me. I'm gonna come in and share as I go along as I feel like things are working out. But I want to challenge you all. Being quiet for me wasn't hard. As much as I like to come on here and as much as I feel like I'm really good with engaging people, I'm also the person who doesn't mind sitting down and reading a book and just taking a quiet walk. And oh, that's the thing I did. I actually finished an audiobook yesterday as a result of being quiet. I started this book a while ago and I probably borrowed it a few times from the library because you can borrow audiobooks through the internet, which is another story for another day. I finally finished this book. So as a result of being quiet, as a result of being, I was able to do something that I enjoy, which is reading. And while I didn't have the book physically in front of me, I was able to finish a book that I started last year. And that was really a wonderful thing for me. I was also able to read some of my devotional that I'd missed a few days. I was able to spend some time doing that. I was able to just spend some time just being, just being. And I encourage you, if you can carve out some time, maybe it's not a whole day, maybe it's some time during the day, and just be quiet, still the noise. And I was on a retreat. I listened to a lot of music the first day and I just moved my body. But what is it? What is a way for you to be still? What is a way for you to be a little quiet, to kind of tune out some of the the experts, the noise, the extra, the Netflix, the Hulu, whatever it is, and take a moment to just be, because God is telling me, girl, you're doing just too much. And so I wanted to share that with you. What does it look like for you to just be? How would your life change if you could just be? I hope that was helpful for you, and I'll see you next time.